guys, so recently I was asked by K-Starry to discuss my favorite skincare tools. And I've got a lot of them. I've been collecting them probably for the last 5 years maybe. So the first tool I really started out with was the Clarisonic cleanser. And with using it, I just found it's a little rough on my skin, especially the more and more I use retinol. Although a lot of people absolutely love it, there's nothing wrong with it. Some of my favorite tools, though, are the ones I've spent the least amount of money on. So let me mention this. So this is probably my first or second tool, and it's a light that does UV lights. It does red light. It does blue light therapy and other lights. You just change the little thing on it. And I don't know, this is probably about $100 or so. However, my first one came, and my dogs got it before I did in the mail, and they pretty much destroyed it. So I have two of them. But I'd say these cost about $100 each. However, after I picked these up, I used them for several months, and then I found the Neutrogena mask thing. Actually, it does red and blue light, and it's about $20 or so. And I know they've got these things that you can repurchase. There's a way to kind of trick it to redo it so you never have to repurchase these things again. It's kind of wasteful. And it does the same thing, does the light therapy. So it does a pretty good job. So I like that. I spent probably the least amount of money on this. So that one has been pretty effective, especially if you have wrinkles and things like that or other skin issues, it'll help that. So really like that. Pretty affordable. So let's see. Another thing I picked up, the PMD, and it does like microdermabrasion. I have this, and then I have a Silicone brand one that does pretty much the same thing. However, after using these a couple times, I found that these really just pulled at your skin, and I thought the risk of injuring your skin using these was more likely to happen than anything real good for your skin, especially the tugging around the eye area. And tugging can cause wrinkles, fine lines, damage, especially if you're a little bit older. Your skin isn't as bouncy as it was before. So personally, I don't know. If you use these, just be very careful or just think about trying other options because these can be kind of dangerous. I've read more issues from people using these than I have people that absolutely love it and use it frequently without any issues. So that's kind of a warning. I would say my biggest disappointment purchase was this Sonic Spatula. And a lot of brands are starting to carry these. This was just something I picked up from, I think it was Amazon. But anyway, a lot of brands are making these Sonic Spatulas. It's supposed to help remove dirt and oil and things like that from your skin. And then you can turn it around and it's supposed to help infuse serums into your skin. Personally, I think it's worthless. I don't think it did a thing. So don't waste your money on this at all. Waste of money, $100, it's gone. Haven't thrown it away though, so I don't know. I'm never gonna use it again. So do you have a tool you've used and never will use it again? Definitely let me know. Okay, so a couple other things I picked up. This was my steam facial. To be honest, it's too big, too bulky. I used it a couple times and I don't know. I just keep it. I'll probably never use it again, but the Sonic Steam is supposed to come out and it's supposed to help. I don't know. I think you're just better off taking a warm bath or shower. So that was a waste. The SonicSmooth, it's kind of like the Dermaflash facial thing that helps like with your eyebrows and any like peach fuzz and exfoliation. It's okay. It's kind of bulky and kind of time consuming and the refills get to be expensive. So I don't know. I still use it occasionally, but would I repurchase it? Probably, just because I like gadgets, but I don't know. You can get other things that are way cheaper than that work just as good. So anyway, the NuFace, I like it. The results with it are super temporary, so you almost have to use it like if you feel like you need to use it and you're starting to get kind of fine lines and things and you use it, the rest of the day your face will look nice and then the next morning it kind of reverts back. There's no real permanent looks from it, but it will give you a temporary kind of lift look almost. So I don't know. I got the mini one, so I think I'd repurchase it, but I picked it up on sale. I think it was at Outlook. So I think it was like half the price that it normally is. So anyway, so my biggest kind of investment. Oh, this is another one. This is like a laser hair removal from Silicone. It works okay, but you have to continually use it like every 6 weeks. And now I think they've got more modern ones that work a little bit better. And it really has to be on dark hair on light surfaces for it to do much. So I I don't know. I think I got my money's worth out of it though. So anyway, my biggest investment out of everything was the Iluminage laser, which helps with wrinkles specifically around the eye area. It really has to be used. It can't be used like on fat surfaces. It has to be used like right on the eye area where the orbital bone is. So I just use it on my eyes, and then I use it in between my eyes because I spent all of college like this. I've got kind of a wrinkle right there, and I use it right there and around my eyes, and that's about it. I'm really happy with it though. I think it has made a huge difference in the fine lines around my eyes, but it is pretty expensive. My trick was with pretty much all of my tools, I picked them up on Black Friday. Year after year, I'd kind of find my next tool I wanted, and Black Friday wait and pick it up. Because I think I got this for like half what it normally costs. Because I think it's like $400 regularly. I think I got it for about $200. So I don't know, little tip, but very happy with this one. The other bigger investment was the Tria. And this one you can use over your entire face. And just like the Illuminage, it hurts. They all hurt a lot. They hurt a lot. But this one you can use all over your forehead. You can use all over your cheeks, your chin, everywhere. So you can use it everywhere. Anywhere you've got kind of, it helps with the wrinkles, not as dramatically as like the Illuminage. And this one you really have to use consistently. I think you have to use it 5 times a week for like 6 months. And then you take like a month off and then use it again. So you really have to be dedicated to it. If you don't think you're going to use it as described to use it, then I wouldn't pick it up, just because you really have to use it like they prescribe you to use it. Another trick, Black Friday is a good day to pick them up. Sometimes they remove them from their websites on Black Friday, but if you can get it beforehand, I noticed that at certain stores that carried it once Black Friday came and disappeared. But I think like Nordstrom still had them, so I think that's where I picked most of these up. So anyway, that's a little tip, but it does hurt. There's 3 settings. I'm still on setting 1 after having this for several years. So another little tip. And then this is kind of for the babies like me. This is the eye Tria, and it's specifically for the eye area. And this one, again, you have to use it as prescribed, but this one doesn't hurt at all. And you really have to work it pretty quick around the eye area. It has a little buzz, and it'll help if you have just specific eye wrinkles. This is a good one, and a more affordable way to kind of get into devices without having to invest hundreds of dollars. This one's a lot more affordable. And I would say out of all of my devices that I have, the best one that's worked the best for me, which is the most affordable and not electronic, is the microneedle. I thought I would mention this because you can pick these up for $20. Don't go really cheap on them, but also there are brands that sell them for hundreds of dollars. Don't go expensive on it. Go mid-range on it, because these are microneedles. You want to replace them every couple months, because the needles tend to get dull. But this one, not electronic, and I would say this has done as much, if not more, than any of these devices combined. So really love this one. Works well. Worth checking out. Timeless makes good ones, so it's just worth wherever you see them. But definitely don't spend a lot. But don't go cheap, because it's penetrating your skin with little injuries. So you don't want to go cheap on something that's not quality, but you don't also need to spend hundreds of dollars on it. And then one last thing, I guess I almost forgot to mention it, my Foreo. So I've got the Foreo, which I got, I don't know, these cost a couple $100. And I've got a generic one I picked up on Amazon for like $20. I use this one every day, and this one I'm afraid to use because I don't want to break it, even though I got it for free in a beauty box. So I don't know. I still use this one every day. I got it on Amazon. It was like $20, and I bought it probably 3 years ago, and it still works great every day. So you don't need to spend $200, you need to spend $20. So I don't know, those are my thoughts on my tools. So I know some of you guys have been asked about it, so I finally had a chance to get to it. I'm interested if you guys use any tools, and if so, what you use and how do you like it. So definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Stay tuned for more tomorrow, and thank you guys so much.